Hi everyone, welcome. This is Kim Ainari, and you have landed at Paradigm Theories. How are we doing? How's everyone doing? Um, I put up a few videos earlier. Today is December 6th, 2024, and I put up a few videos, and you guys can look at that of a person that transitioned out in the most horrendous way, and that was by murder. And so we're going to talk about this video. It's not going to be a long video. It's going to be a short video. And there are so many reasons on why people pets when they die, when they transition out. There's no control over it. Sometimes there is. Sometimes you know that it's going to happen. Um, some people, it's really hard to experience that, whether it's a loved one in hospice care or whether it's one as an animal dying tragically or you having to put it to sleep. The love is there. If you have love for your family and friends and pets, um, dog, cat, bird, whatever it is that you have, we're only here a short time on this planet. And as I've watched some family members who have transitioned out, um, pets and things and friends, it's not easy. So this is going to be a very short video, and I'm going to put in the description about what happened on, it's a really cute story, what happened to me on Thanksgiving Day with my son and my ex, my son's father, on Thanksgiving Day of 2024. Now, I'm very fortunate that everyone in my family, we love one another. I get along great with my ex. And so it's the first time we've had Thanksgiving dinner together in, I don't know, decades. And so, since it was a holiday, we decided, me and my son and my ex decided we'll go to his house. I would be prepping some food at mine, and he would be prepping some food at his house, and we're just all gonna gather and just spend time as a family. Um, it is hard with exes or ex-husbands or ex-boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, whatever. Some people do not get along with their ex-spouses, and even when you have a child involved, it can be tricky. But this time it really worked out, and so I'm going to kind of make this not a long story. So we're over at I'll just say my son's dad's house. Really beautiful home. And all three of us are in the kitchen. Now, this house, he has lost his family, and he lives in the house, owns the house, and has lost both his mom and his dad in the house from hospice care. I know one of them was from cancer, and that was his mom. I really don't know about his dad, but they both died in the house. So last year, January of last year, he had a dog. Her name was Nova. And Nova, I want to say, I'm not sure what breed she was. She looked like a German Shepherd, but my ex flew all the way to Oregon to go get this puppy. And he named her Nova. And Nova was such, periodically when I would go over to his house for whatever reason, I would see Nova, and she was such a great dog. As she got older, she went completely blind, but her sense of smell and sound and hearing was on point. So she would hear me come in, and my ex's house, and she would just know who I was. She was just a sweet dog. She would greet me. My son would stay periodically over there at his dad's house when his dad was out of town to take care of the dog. And so Nova was family. And just like my kitten down here who's making her rounds, when you love something that deep, they know it. They know it. So last year in January, Nova was very sick, and my ex was taking her to the vet. He was getting um, some medication for her pain, and knew eventually he was going to have to put her down within a day or two. And so he woke up one morning, and Nova had passed away in the house. So we have three different types. You have two humans and a dog that has passed in this house. Now, some people that are Christian don't believe in saging, and they don't believe in that or blessing the house to kind of clear it from all of those deaths. And my ex being Christian, I have never suggested it to him, and I'm not going to. That is his house, and he has had some experiences in that house. His experiences, I'm going to tell in a bit. So we're all in the kitchen. We're kind of prepping and preparing food for Thanksgiving, and I was near the living room in this kitchen. I was closest to the living room, and I heard a thud on the floor, and then I heard ringing. Well, it wasn't just me that heard that. It was my son and my son's dad. We all heard this thud on the floor and then ringing. So I go out of the kitchen. Right there is his living room. And I see, and I don't know this dog's toy, but I could tell what it was. And it was on the floor. So it was on the table, this toy. It went thud on the floor, and it rang like a bell. So right away, I picked up. I said, oh, I said, it's Nova. And then my son's dad was like, that could be dad, my dad. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I would get kind of nervous sometimes. I'd be in the bedroom and I could hear my dad playing with the dog. And it would scare me because I could hear my dad's voice. This is the first time my ex has ever mentioned that he is sensitive. And my son would never admit it. But since all three of us experienced that, it was quite startling, I guess, just for me, because I love stuff like that. And I think for my son and his dad, was just like, wow. So the next day, Friday, I was telling a few people about it. And I was personally telling people about it. And when I was telling the story, and I'm getting chills right now, they would get like chills on their arms, like their hair would stand up on their arms, like Nova's essence, because hairs are antennas. And so when I would tell the story about what happened, they were picking it up. Her spirit, and I don't say that she's in dog form, but at that time, I think she was. She's heavily in that house, and she's a powerful spirit that can move things. So I'm telling people all this, and I was saying that the toy rang like a bell. I didn't even call my ex until later on that day. I had gone on Amazon and I saw what the toy was, and it was a rope, like ball rope, but there's no bell in it, and it's pretty heavy. And so I said, I have to get to the bottom of this. And I called my ex and I was like, hey, been telling people this story, and I said, "What do you think the bell was?" He goes, "Oh, I know what it was, Kim. Um, when I think about it, it wasn't a bell. It was Nova's collar. Nova had tags on her collar, so it makes sense. These metal tags, um, and the collar that she was wearing for 14 years, that it would make that jingle. So that's what it was. When I tell that story, I can just feel her coming through. Her spirit is powerful. And I've told Nova all the time, I said, my gosh, um, thank you for being the best pet to my ex, to being sweet to me and anybody else that visited the house. You are still wanting to play, and I think that's what she wanted to do. All three of us were in the house, and I feel that she did that, and we all three heard it. Here I'm thinking it's a bell and it's her collar with the tags. She's very powerful. I don't think I've ever had that experience in being a psychic intuitive. I usually visually see more than anything. I was trying to think in my brain if I have experienced voices and things. Um, I might have, but nothing really comes to mind. Like I said, I usually see things. Um, I want to thank Nova for making that Thanksgiving special day for all of us in her memory. And I just wanted to share this story for everyone to know. And I've said it numerous times in almost all my videos when I do readings that I do feel that every human being and animal is intuitive. And so when animals are sacrificed for us to eat, animals are sacrificed for some other craziness that is out there, that their essence, if they want, lives on. And we're only on this planet for a short time. I don't care who you are, the most billionaire person, millionaires, and have the biggest and baddest mausoleum out there when you do go. It doesn't matter. Planet's going to be gone, our solar system's going to be gone. It's all going to be gone someday. And so the short time that you're here, just know that we are a part of this whole consciousness, and everything is meant for everything that's on this little blue planet. So for those that you don't talk to, for those that you are estranged from, family members or friends, for those pets that you had to put down, for the pets that have had tragic ends that you didn't mean for it to happen, or for whatever reason, give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks that you had that opportunity, whatever your soul contract is supposed to be for that short time. And you can always change your soul contract. Just because you saw it before you were born, you can always change that. That's my opinion, of course. So, as I've always said, I really don't think that anything really goes away. I don't think it really does. I think it's here, and when you dream about it, that is actually here. Oh, looking at my kitten Capri. Um, they never really go away. So that's a beautiful thing to know. And as much as that hurts some of us, I think it's a beautiful thing to realize that you gave the best life, or they gave you the best life for that time, for whatever it is, that lesson you were supposed to learn. And this is my last journey here on Ea, on Earth. I am not planning on going toward the white light. Sorry. I'm hoping to just leave it in a way. I kind of know where I'm going. It's going to be a beautiful experience. but I'm not happening right now. I'm not going anywhere right now. Anyway, guys, thank you for sharing my space. Thank you for all of my followers that are still hanging in there with me. Um, I'm happy to be doing this channel, and if there's anything that you would like for me to do, just let me know. All right, let's end the stream. You guys take care of yourselves, be good to others, and I will come back. I don't know. We'll see what happens, and we'll take it from there. All right, bye.